back. If you are new here, nice to have you here. Today's topic, we are jumping into how to actually achieve your goals for 2025. Now, this is basically a video for how to just achieve your goals, period. But if you spent the last few years wishing that you were able to achieve those goals that you set, that you've written down, that you've had on your heart, then this is the video for you to achieve your goals this year. So we're gonna jump straight into it for how to achieve your goals, what things you can do, and the understanding of why you may not actually be achieving your goals, because understanding it could probably help you figure out what exactly you need to do. So the truth is, we really start our years off with big ambitions, writing down all the goals, have our vision boards, everything is aligned. But then we fall off track after just a few months. Now, why is that? Don't worry, we're going to talk about it. So, the idea behind this is that most of it just comes from more of a motivational state and less of a disciplined state. So, I'm going to talk about how you can turn your motivation into discipline and also ways in which you to keep you sustainable on your goal journey. And why do we fall off track within a few months? It's because we don't have a solid plan. Usually discipline and strategy is what drives results. So we're gonna get a bit more into it and let's go. So here are the sections that I'm gonna be walking through today. You can skip ahead or you can keep watching. I would gladly appreciate it if you do. So step one, start small and track your progress. Now, this step is key. Sometimes we just need to start small. We're seeing a lot of people at their peak, creating things at their peak, doing things at their peak. And so we ultimately think, I need to start there. Sometimes we gotta start small. Sometimes we've got to start with what we have, with what we've got. But also with starting small, we need to track our progress, to keep on track of what's going on, to keep checking in on ourselves and seeing if we are making progress towards this thing. And I'll delve into a bit more as to why this is so important. Step two, visualize obstacles and make a plan. Now, when visualizing obstacles, this is you questioning exactly what things might occur that might actually stop you from achieving your goals, what things might get in the way. And this is just to help you understand exactly how to build your plan. This is also a part of a strategic mindset. And in order to achieve your goals, you have to work with strategy. You have to build upon your strategy. How are you going to do things? What things you might need to ask yourself in order to navigate this goal and achieving it. Step three, lean into identity, not just action. This step is quite cool because you get to shift your mindset in a way where you're not just saying you're going to do things, you're becoming it. You're saying to yourself, I am this is me. Instead of saying, I'm going to do this, or I will do this, or I may do this, you then shift your mindset by becoming the person who does the action and not just someone who just does an action. So that was all the sections. Now let's get into the real talk. A study by psychology professor Dr. Gail Matthews found that 76% of participants who wrote down their goals, mapped out their action steps, and checked in with a friend regularly successfully achieved their goals, compared to that of the 43% success rate of those who merely thought about their goals without writing them down. Clear evidence that tracking progress matters. Now, when we think of the small actions that we have to take when achieving our goals, and this can be with you and your dance journey, this could be with you and maybe your fitness journey, this could be with you and your any creative venture that you have. This idea of writing down your goals is you starting small already. This idea of you writing things down and being very clear and intentional about what you want is going to be a part of the small step that you take. sometimes we see things that other people have, or we're seeing people, let's say it's a professional dancer that has been dancing for over 10 years, and you might be seeing them and thinking, wow, how can I think that I can become a dancer and work in this industry if I am not myself looking like that? It's ridiculous. And I think that's where starting small sounds a bit embarrassing to some people, because it's almost as if you don't have much, if you're not looking as if you're put together, it makes you almost feel insignificant, as if what you produce does not matter. Now, the quality may not be what you want exactly. Let's say if you are producing, let's say if you are starting your dance journey, the quality may not be where you want, but that quality then produces and births something else that is progression, and that progression is what is going to get you to achieving your goals step by step. Small actionable steps really do matter, they really do count. And I think I said this quote in my last video, that 1% better every single day is one of my favorite quotes, because you don't have to become elite. You don't have to be at your peak in a day. Starting small is where it's all at. Now, starting with writing down your goals, be intentional about what these things are. Actually understand exactly what you want and why you want it. Sometimes we don't ask ourselves why. And when we do see people at their peak and we want to achieve that point, but we don't ask ourselves why we want to get there, it can then be discouraging, because usually the reason why you want to work towards something is because you either enjoy it, there is just something in there for you. And if there is nothing in there for you, if there is no why, then it can feel discouraging. You could feel like you've wasted all your time doing this thing, trying to get there, trying to dream of this thing, trying to progress to this thing, but it could be something that is not for you and you don't even want it in the first place. Sometimes we just see things that we feel look great on other people, but they might not be what we actually want or even need. So be intentional about your goals. Write down exactly what you would want and why. And if you really feel like this is looking a bit sketchy, like, I don't think I actually want this, I think I just maybe see people that have this and it looks great on them, but for me, I don't want it, it's not for me, then that's okay, you know? So, first step, start small, write down your goals. Luke chapter 16, verse 10, whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. This is one of my favorite verses, because over my time being alive on this earth, pushing through what life throws at me and doing life like everyone else, I've really come to a point where I'm seeing that a lot of the things that I'm being thrown at, sometimes it's to do with opportunity, sometimes it's to do with skill sets. These things that have been thrown at me, that I've been given, that I've even been blessed with, they are a chance for me to understand if I'm able to utilize these things and make these things work for me. Now, when I was actually reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, and in the book it was talking a lot about an employee mindset and an employer mindset. And I had a thought about how I've lived life, in terms of how I've navigated my life, what I would think most of, and also what I would hear around me as well. A lot of people would talk about how they just need money. They just need money. They just need to get to the bag. They just need the finances. They just need money. They just need money. I remember being asked why I need money, and I thought to myself, well, everyone needs money, you know? Everyone needs to pay their bills, everyone. It dawned on me that money was this thing that I felt I needed to get, because I needed to obviously pay for bills, resources, food, water, all that stuff. But I never really thought about different ways of going about how to make money. In the book, it talks about the way you can navigate having money in a different way than the conventional way that we're taught in schools, you know, study, get a job, boom, bam, and that's it. That was never it for me. Let me just say. Going to university and coming out and thinking that I was going to get a job was the biggest lie that I was told. Very much so. And so, with the cards that I've been dealt with in life, with the lemons that I have received to make lemonade, I have really struggled with grasping the idea that I can make opportunities for myself. And making opportunities for myself was something that I didn't realize that I could do because I never knew how to. And then understanding that these skills that we've been given that you learn, understanding that some of the talents and the gifts that you've been blessed with are ways that you can make opportunities for yourself. And just like in the book, you can change around how you can sustain yourself. So the point I'm trying to say is sometimes when you don't have as much, there are opportunities and ways that you can actually make more, you know. And I think figuring out how you can utilize your opportunities that are around you, even with starting small, utilizing, if you just have an iPhone, the fact that you have an iPhone, you know, if you want to put yourself out there and dance, like I would do it before, I would just film on my phone and I'll just post videos. And that's another way of creating opportunities for yourself, especially as a creative. We don't sometimes see the things that we can utilize within our own environments, and I think that's one of the biggest things that we should really look into, is using the small that we've got to make as much as we can. Because when we do have the big, we are able to be trusted with that. We are able to understand how to even sustain that. And so instead of overwhelming yourself with a huge step to do or a huge goal to overcome, really break it down. Break it down into small, actionable steps. Write your first goal down. Write down why you want that. Write down how you're going to achieve it. Write down what obstacles might come your way. Write down how you see this looking like. Write down exactly what you want from that. What you see that looking like in how many years to even come. These things will help you create your plan for your life, something that is so necessary when having this goal, because then you are able to track that progress and you're able to not feel as discouraged. With checking in, something that is useful to do is have weekly check-ins. I would like to do like monthly check-ins with myself, and I'll go through a few questions. I will just ask myself, okay, how is this goal going? What have I done? What have I achieved in that time? And how am I feeling about it? And what are my next steps that I want to take towards this goal? So you can even have weekly check-ins to make sure that you're really on top of it, and just seeing how you're feeling, you know, tracking your progress, something that is going to help you in terms of sustaining this thing, because motivation is only just a feeling for a short moment in time. If you're creating this habit of tracking your progress, checking in on what you're doing, the same way when you would go to school and you would have parents' evenings, or you would have check-ins with your teachers, you would have little meetings with them, and they would see how well you're doing. It would be so that you are achieving that grade. It would be so that you are achieving the standards that have been set for you. And in this case, it would be achieving the goal that you have set for yourself. So allow yourself the opportunity to not get overwhelmed, and also to support yourself by checking in on what you are doing. Think of it this way: if you can practice your freestyle maybe for an hour a day, do a couple of rounds, listen to different music, get yourself comfortable with understanding different styles of music, different genres, different ways of listening to music, then when you get to, let's say if you get to a battle, a dance battle, then you're going to be able to carry that, you're going to be able to sustain your movement throughout that. You're going to be able to maybe even get to the end of a dance battle because you have been able to do that. But if your goal is setting stone as I want to become a battle dancer and I want to achieve all these trophies or medals or anything in that, then how are you supposed to do that when you can't manage just doing it on your own? Just doing maybe a few rounds on your own. So look at what you can manage now because it might change what you think you want to do straight away. So a lot of people talk about visualizing success, which is great. See yourself there. See yourself achieving it. See yourself becoming the person you can visualize. Amazing. But it's also important to visualize the obstacles. What things are you going to face along that journey? So ask yourself, instead of just imagining what this looks like, what could go wrong? What things might throw me off track? What obstacles are there in my environment that might hinder me from getting to achieve my goal? Now, this could be self-doubt. This could be, hey, even family members. This could be friends. This could be fear. This could be a lack of resources. Understanding this will allow you to maybe navigate around it, but also try and solve those things so you can move forward. Identifying these barriers can prepare you to overcome them. So even if you identify even just 3 potential obstacles for every one of your goals, you'll be able to prepare to overcome them. So say if this is self-doubt, what ways can you change this? You might need to journal. Sometimes journaling doesn't work for everyone. Sometimes maybe therapy, talking to someone, letting out your emotions. But also sometimes self-doubt is coming from where you feel as if you're incapable of something. So is it that you may need to do more classes in something? Is it that you may need to build on your skill set? One thing about achieving goals is there are 2 mindsets for this. One of them is your ability to focus, and the other one is knowledge. If these 2 things aren't met, then you're more likely going to feel more discouraged when trying to move towards your goals and not feel as if you are getting towards them. If it is knowledge that you need to build upon, what things do you then need to go and seek out? Do you then need to go and attend the boot camp? Is it that you need to even just listen into podcasts or reading up on digital news articles so you are able to refresh your mind constantly? That feeling that you can't do something may not feel as present, and sometimes doing the thing actually helps as well. So if you don't feel as confident dancing in front of many people, then you might want to attend an open class, who knows? You might want to push yourself into doing something that is out of your comfort zone a little bit, just so you can then heal that part of the self-doubt. And then the other one is your ability to focus. This goes into motivation and discipline. So motivation is not a word that I actually have a great relationship with, just because I don't enjoy it so much sometimes in terms of how it relates to my life. So I will tell you guys a story. Last year I was trying to lose a few pounds and also get some abs. Yeah, I was. Why not? But yeah, last year I was trying to lose a bit of weight and also, get a 6-pack because I just wanted it. Exactly. Why? But last year I was trying to go to the gym and with this goal in mind. And so when I was going to the gym last year, I would always dread going to the gym. Some people might relate, but in this case, I was always dreading going to the gym. I was always dreading having to do this workout that I didn't feel was fulfilling me and was making an impact and being effective. It just didn't feel like that. But I set myself a goal to attend the gym this amount of times in the week. And so I did. However, when the day would come, when the time would come, I would not enjoy it. I would honestly be upset, but I would still drag myself there. When I would go to do my exercises, because of the fact that I had in mind that I wanted to just get to the end of my workout, and that was it. I wanted to just finish it. That was it. If you saw the way I executed my workouts, no form, no technique, not even happiness sometimes, not even a smile that cracked, nothing. Just still plain straight face. That was it. And just the way I executed my workouts, they were upsetting for me. I just did not want to do it. I was not enjoying myself. And it also affected how I executed things and my results as well. And so going through this and not seeing any progression, but still pushing myself just to go to the gym, it was more so born out of motivation. It was more so born out of, okay, I'm feeling this way today, so I'm gonna have this kind of session. Or I'm feeling this way today, so I'm gonna have this kind of session. And not all of my sessions were the same. Some of my sessions were super high energy, big smiles, and high performance. And then some of my sessions were just like someone died. And that was the real tea. Yeah. So now going to the gym in the new year reframed my mind about how I want to see about what I want from this and why. Like I was saying before, asking yourself why you want something can really deconstruct if you really want something or not. And asking myself why I want to do certain things, why I want to go to the gym, why I want to see myself in a certain way has been impactful on then what I do next, how I execute, what plan I then have. And so now going to the gym with a new frame mindset, I don't even dread the gym at this point. I get to the point of going to the gym where I just know that this is what I've got to do because my goal has been set and I've set myself a plan and I've given myself a reason for why I want to do this, a reason that makes sense to me and a reason that will allow me to just sustain this. And then I've also given myself a set of things that I need to do and also tailored it towards me, made it something that I can enjoy because I don't need to do this, but I'm going to do this, but I'm also going to make sure I enjoy it myself. And having more of a disciplined mindset instead of a motivational mindset has changed how I feel about taking on going to the gym, has changed how I feel about working out. You know, I don't see it as I just need to work out. I just need to do these push-ups. I just need to no. I want to sustain the body that I have because I want to be healthier. I want to be more fit so that later on in my life, I'm not a grandma and my kids can't run with me. That ain't happening. I want to have a healthier body. I want to also keep my body in good shape because of the disciplines that I'm in with dance and tennis. I want to make sure that my body is kept right for these things. So making sure you have a strong why is also very important. Leaning into identity and not just action has been one of the biggest mindset shifts for me to this day. When I stopped saying I'm just going to attend this dance class, I'm just going to rehearse this dance that I've seen online because I really liked it, and I'll stop saying I'm just going to maybe try and create these websites, or I'm going to maybe try and take this tennis class. Things change for me. It's almost like taking accountability. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm taking accountability for my actions. I've said I'm going to do this thing, and I need to keep my word. Sometimes we're too scared of the words that we're saying. We're too scared of creating a promise to ourselves, because essentially sometimes we will break it. And once you've broken that promise, then it just feels a bit like you're just talking a bit redundant now. You're not really going to listen to yourself or follow through with the actions that you set for yourself. It's going to feel like it's not going to happen anymore. However, when I started to change how I saw myself, before, when I was getting into dancing, when I started shifting my mindset, I am a professional dancer. I'm not just someone that does it as a hobby anymore. Like, that's what it was. I'm not just someone that just does it because I like it. No, I'm a professional dancer. I have to do these things. There's certain things I have to keep up. When I stopped saying, oh, okay, I just create websites, just because I want to, just because I like it. No, I am a web developer. I'm a full stack web developer. That's what I do. Regardless if I am working on this thing, your journey is a journey for a reason. I probably sound redundant, I keep saying this, but you don't start from here, you start from here and you work your way to there. So it does not mean you are less than, it does not mean you are not in this position, or you are not this thing, you are not this person. No, when you change your identity, if you was to say to yourself, I am an Olympic athlete, what are you going to do every day? You are going to make sure that you are eating correctly. You're going to be making sure that your fitness regime is on fleek. People don't even say that anymore. It is on point. It is on point. You're going to be making sure that you're outsourcing the right coaches, the right meals, the right nutrition ideas, and all that stuff. You're going to be making sure that you are that Olympic athlete, because you are. So your environment is then going to follow. You are then going to make sure everything else around you follow. So changing your mindset about what you're actually doing, how you see yourself, can change what you then do, how you then move, how you then take action. When your identity shifts, your actions naturally align with it. And when obstacles come in your way, you don't give up, you push through, because that's what someone like you does. The identity that you have. Now we are come to the end of the video. I know, I'm upset too. It's okay. But at the end of my videos, I always do one takeaway, one action, and one promise. So my one takeaway for today is that small steps, preparation, and possibly identity shifts can be so helpful for you with achieving your goals. Do not sleep on those. Do not sleep on starting small, starting with what you have, and also preparing yourself, asking yourself the right questions, planning, visualizing, and identity shifting, changing your mindset about things. And my one action for today is, this week I want you to write down one small action for you to take towards your goal. Then I want you to identify one obstacle and also write down one identity statement that you want to reinforce your commitment towards. And one promise. If you follow these steps correctly, I have no doubt that you will not just achieve your goals, but you will be someone who naturally lives them out on a daily. This will no longer be just a wishy-washy dream or imagination. You will be living it out authentically. So let me know in the comments how you guys get along, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Please do share this video with either a friend, leave a like, comment your thoughts, and I will see you guys next week.